college soccer.
Oh,
The most primitive university sport for any rising footballer.
it's 3-0.
But do all athletes receive the same attention? And what about women's sports? Are they just as entertaining as men's? And so today we'll be comparing the differences between a D1 men's and women's game to see which one is more fun to watch.
There's a myth out there that women's sports aren't as entertaining as men's.
For the men, URI faced Bryan as the ladies hosted Richmond, a Division I men's versus women's match. Which one would be more entertaining? Throughout evolution, sports have become a pivotal part of culture. In 7000 BC, humans hosted wrestling competitions, practiced archery for hours, and even sparred into the night. Males dominated the landscape as women watched patiently from the sidelines. However, in this day and age, women have adopted nearly every known sport. In the 1850s, Harvard and Yale became the first ever colleges to add clubs to their programs. Over time, schools exploded in popularity, and now the NCAA is worth billions of dollars. For students, it's exciting, yet there still seems to be a misconception that men's sports are better than women's. And there are three main reasons why. The first myth is that men's games are faster paced.
In some sports like hockey, it's end-to-end, real fast-paced. Basketball, same situation where you just don't know what's going to happen. In football, in the Premier League, at the highest level, I say one of the biggest differences from the Championship to the Premier League is the pace of the game, the speed of play.
Now in retrospect, this is true because male athletes are typically quicker due to having more muscle mass and less body fat.
In terms of a sprint distance, yes, males may be faster than females, but if they can't deliver that final pass, what's the point? Oh my god, off the crossbar. Oh, it's in! Whoa! It's go!
Even though men's speed of play is at a faster pace, it doesn't necessarily mean the quality's that much better.
Yes, men physically might be a little bit faster when it comes to pace, but that doesn't mean the speed of play of the actual game is that much better. You have a shot? They're slowly getting chances there. Oh, you'd love to see that. Let's keep it going, Brody.
Like imagine watching a team of the fastest Olympic sprinters. Sure, it could be cool to see their incredible speed, but what about the ball? Will they even be able to make a 10-yard pass? Which leads me to myth number 2. Females aren't as tough as men. Since the dawn of ancient militaries, it was common that men were only allowed to sign up. Their physicality and masculinity made them highly desirable, as women were solely viewed for their beauty. But in the last few centuries, a revolution erupted. Politically, they got the right to vote, argued for fair wages, and later became professional athletes. Yet there's still a stigma that women aren't as hard as men.
It's another shot on target.
Today, this conspiracy continues to linger around, creating modern toxicity amongst the two genders.
When it comes to challenges, when it comes to jumps, when it comes to tackles, they're more dramatic. They're gonna flop.
Outraged by this belief, females have begun to speak out. Whether it's the 1955 Rosa Parks or the rising 2025 Malala Yousafzai, females haven't stopped voicing their opinions.
Oh, yes! She's done it again! Oh my goodness, it's 2-0.
Cause here's the truth, men are stronger than women on average, but just because someone can lift more than the next, it doesn't make them actually that much tougher.
Just because they're stronger doesn't make the game physically and more demanding.
Take a UFC fighter and a bodybuilder for example. Without a doubt, the bodybuilder will be able to move more weight, though on the other hand, the UFC fighter will be able to take more punches.
That's just how the human body is naturally made.
In every combat sport such as MMA, rugby, or hockey, women compete just as hard as men and can sometimes create even more chaos underneath the lights.
When it comes to athletics, there's a lot of things you gotta consider. Oh, what a save! Brilliant save, but they keep it.
It's sad to see people disrespect their work ethic, but nevertheless, nothing is more sinister than myth number 3. Women aren't as skilled as men, which is just not true at all.
Oh, yeah, lads, it's 3-0. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, you can't stop this.
I can't tell you how many times a female footballer outmatches another male. Whether they're a pro freestyler or an average amateur, all skills can be enhanced with practice and dedication.
Oh my god, smoked. Unbelievable stuff.
Talent, however, is where skill meets genetics. It's a perfect cocktail defined from individualized specific training.
But in terms of football, no way in hell, my friend. Do you know how many female footballers can outskill me in terms of juggling? There's so many elite professional footballers that just don't have the skills as some of these females, dude.
Yet physically, football hasn't changed. It's still 11v11 with 1 ball and 2 goals. Typically, scores can get shaped from dozens of different variables, such as who is facing who, where the match is held, what's on the line, and even the change in weather.
Oh, No way. Oh my god. 4-0. Oh my god.
At the professional level, some venues are more difficult than others. Just from fan chants alone, they can revamp a brand new atmosphere. Some players will get a rush of energy while others will feel a pressure.
You would think men's sports would be more entertaining, but it's really not if you break it down.
In the end, performance arises from someone's ability to adapt. These small details are crucial for the final result, but in reality, skill is only a piece to the bigger picture, which is why it doesn't matter at all.
Personally, females got it just as much as men.
Because what really makes the difference is their effort. If a game is too easy, a team won't get the thrill. Yet if it's unreasonable, a team will just want to give up. This is the tale everyone faces on the regular, but to think that women are less skilled than men is just a silly idea to keep.
I have to debunk this myth because the women's game is just as competitive.
At the D1 level, the hype doesn't get any higher. Their full-time commitment makes matches extremely compelling. However, in the end, all sports fall down to a series of mistakes. The more mistakes one makes, the more likely they are to lose. Objectively, teams have to capitalize on these mess-ups in order to win, but in the real world, any game can become boring. It doesn't matter if you're watching Premier League pros or Sunday League slums, males or females, what matters is that the game goes to the final minute.
It just depends on who performs, what teams are facing who, what's gonna go down.
Fans love drama, and women are naturally more dramatic than men. So yes, both genders will flop on the field, but it would be a mistake to say that women flop more than men.
It's crazy to think that the Division 1 women's game is actually more entertaining than the men's game, but that's just the luck of the draw.
In this comparison, the URI girls won 6-0, while the men tied 0-0.
You can't deny this game is more entertaining.
For me, the woman took the edge on this one, as this myth entirely comes down to pure luck.
Men and women, they're just as skilled. They have their differences, they have their similarities, but in terms of quality, in terms of enjoying the match as a fan, there is no difference.
In life, nobody is able to predict the future, and in sport, nobody knows what to expect, which is why it doesn't really matter what you watch. It can be a Champions League final or Division 3 league match. They can all be entertaining in different domains.
At the end of the day, you just want to watch a good game. Anyone can be sloppy, it doesn't matter what your gender is, and that's just reality. That's just the truth.
Yet if you did enjoy watching, consider dropping a like and checking out the recent video.